See your target, shoot it. Like them, for instance. Not them. That's a bit too close for comfort there. 600 kills. Not bad for a newbie unit of Ritterbruder. I think your work over there is done. I think your work over there is done as well. That's one dude. That's 6 dudes. That's 14. Let's go for the 14s. Bigger number. Are they actually out of range? They are cheeky blighters. Any difference between polearm and spear infantry? Spear infantry are more mobile, more maneuverable. Polearms need to be deployed. Basically, they need to be braced. So you can see these guys are sticking their polearms out more. Particularly pikemen. If they're not braced like this, pikemen are freaking rubbish. Whereas spearmen, kind of like the swordsman, they just stand. So an entrenched unit of polearms, frontal attack on that is suicidal. But if you hit them on the flank, you get them while they're like redeploying, then you can kill them pretty easily. This looked like a highly coordinated army versus uncivilized pickled herring eating army. Didn't even wait for the reinforcements before they charged you. Made no sense. I think it's because they didn't know where my cavalry was. Had they known where the cavalry was, they probably wouldn't have. Heroic victory. Damn straight. I lost 422, including one general. Right. Who was the naughty unit? There was a unit with 107, a unit with 108, and then a unit with something which is going to be regiment sent home in disgrace with their colours burned for shattering with only 40 losses. These guys, that 101. $655 kills on the Sariantbruder. 283, 225, 376. 350, 450. Yeah, the artillery did their bit too. I think I'm going to take the replenishment. No, kill the captives. You killed my general! Even though I was pretty sure I retreated him in good time. Thierry is a zealous commander, but he's the inbred one. Let's go for Arnaud.
Ready for battle.
Godfrey. Oh, Godfrey. Damn it. He was one of my best generals. Like in terms of just raw stats, I think. Bearmond also. Oh no, it's theirs. I don't care about them. New Emperor. Alright, who was it? Who was it? It was you, wasn't it? Yeah. Go home in disgrace.
At your command.
Let all know of how you've brought absolute disgrace to your uniform.
Like kennel dogs.
My city. Are we having that?
Commander.
Ooh, now I have a port in the south of France. I now have direct access to the Mediterranean. Lovely. I've been wanting that for quite some time.
At your command.
And you also gained a level. Lovely. You're going to go there and then there. Armor, charge training for cavalry. Yeah, that sounds good. And then, I mean, if you can get another armor, that would be nice. Like that. Perfect. And you're boring. But you have raised banner, which is actually a really nice ability. And then 2 replenishments for the champions of Marthambles. And there we go. And then recruit somebody to replace those that were sent home in disgrace. I don't really want another pikeman. We'll come back to that. I'd call it cheap taking an ally's territory in that manner, but given that they do it to the player too, I mean, what I could do in exchange, and I think that this would be a very fair trade, is I can go to Toulouse and say, hey,
Be most welcome.
what have you got to
Your
lose?
words will find an attentive audience.
Why can't I vassalize you? You're not a vassal. I'm not at war with you. It might be that you're at war with too many other people. Oh, we only have a non-aggression pact. You must be one of the few people that I don't have a full alliance with or a defensive alliance with. Huh. Oh well. That's why that's why they declared war on you. I get it now. Like, are you allied with Flanders? No? Okay, we can fight you. Adrian leveled up. Good. Right. Do we have anything which will make you harder to murder? Wow, your zeal sucks. No bloody wonder you keep getting stabbed. Grow a backbone. Crikey.
Ready for orders. At your command.
I think you need to head to Algiers for a bit.
Army patrols.
And Adrian's there. They did murder my new guy. Damn it. However, as long as you're here, that public order is going to be rising, even though there's no present garrison. I think we've got that all under control. Francois, you can start moving down here. We could probably leave Roskilde alone now.
March.
That actually works. Fair enough.
Stopping for now. Port.
And then we've got the Crusaders of Templin, who are actually replenishing very, very quickly. And we can get you a new unit, which is, I think I'm actually going to make into Dismounted Knecht, seeing as we can recruit all of this. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
It's
Let's
a
do that.
good life.
My wits and words.
Now, how long until I can actually annex some of my minions? Like you. 11 more turns. Okay, that's going to take a while. But it is good to know that you can actually diplo-annex. Didn't think you were playing this second shift or I'd be watching earlier. Guess you're really enjoying it. I am, and I really wasn't enjoying Thronebreaker, so I stopped. But this game has been the best medieval Kingdoms game so far. Like, Latin Empire was good, but it was kind of disappointing how their unit roster just wasn't done. Denmark. I liked Denmark. I do like Denmark's roster, probably more than I like Flanders. But trying to go all the way over to Cairo in Crusades is a bit much. But I think if I do another one, it will definitely be in Spain. Because Spain is by far and away the most complete region. And they do have their concerns with the Almohads. Maybe even playing as Almohads would be fun. I might do that next. Deciding with an ally that is being attacked by another ally make you untrustworthy in the game as well. Yes. I think that's pretty standard across all Total War games. I have a problem, even though these games are up my alley. I don't play any of the Total War games up until Three Kingdoms. I played Civ and CK for years, but now I don't know what Total War game to play next because I like Three Kingdoms quite a bit. I mean, so here's the thing. Three Kingdoms has the most up-to-date mechanics, particularly when it comes to diplomacy and character interactions. So Three Kingdoms, I would say, is probably the best introduction for new players to the series. If you want to play just like one with the most heart to it, I would say probably Attila, especially when you start getting mods like this. But play vanilla Attila as one of the other factions, like the Saxons or the Visigoths or something like that. Then play Attila as the Western Roman Empire. Don't play as them first. you will get squished. But Attila, I think, probably has the most soul of any of the Total War games. I really like Attila, and I feel like it's very unfairly overlooked by a lot of people because it was very much in Rome 2 shadow. Rome 2, when it first released, was a disgrace, and Attila was painted with the same brush. It is not the same game. Not even close. Then there's also Warhammer. Warhammer is kind of in between Attila. A lot of the groundbreaking things that Attila did were adopted by Warhammer. For example, city destruction, hordes. Those were all Attila first. Attila did that first. What about Troy? I like Troy. I think that Troy is a really good game. I really like... So, diplomacy. Three Kingdoms is the best diplomacy. Economy. Troy has the best economy. Just general atmosphere. Attila. Unimpeachable. Generally the most well-rounded in terms of just stuff you can do, Warhammer. Arachnos, thank you very much for the 8-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I was going to try Rome 2 next, but I will check Attila. I would say that Attila is better than Rome. Not having played much Rome 2, I will stipulate that. But I got a heck of a lot more use out of Attila than I did Rome. We'll say I want to try Warhammer, but I'm way more interested in the historical themes. That's fair. Medieval 2 is still pretty solid, and Lord of the Rings mods for it are amazing. I would say that Attila is the spiritual successor to Medieval 2. It has a lot more in common with Medieval than it does Rome, which is why I think I like Attila. It's early Medieval. It's about the fall of Rome, beginning of the Dark Ages. And I just really like the atmosphere in Attila is just so good. Will D&D be back this Sunday? Yes, it will be. Yep, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Three Kingdoms reminded me of Crusader Kings more than I thought. I wasn't expecting what I got from Three Kingdoms. Total War was always a blind spot for mine, practically ignored. Which is interesting. There are a lot of Paradox players who just don't do Total War for whatever reason. I mean, actually, I read... I don't remember who did it. I think it was Fraser, one of the writers for PC Gamer, wrote an article like the best way of getting introduced to strategy games, and his recommendation for getting into grand strategy was Total War. So lots of people who like Crusader Kings, European Universalis, Hearts of Iron will like Total War. It is at its heart grand strategy. It just places more emphasis on the battles, whereas the Paradox games place more emphasis on the strategy. Speaking of that, how many sessions in are you? In this campaign? 3? Maybe 4? I can tell you how many turns I'm in. 79. This is turn 79. Have I ever tried Stardew? Yeah, I have quite a lot of time in Stardew. I do like it. Stardew's good. Oh, Icewind Dale? 4. I think we've done 4. You can find all of the previous sessions of Icewind on YouTube if you're looking for a catch-up. I think this will be the 5th, if I remember correctly. Total War games remind me of the old school Lord of the Realms. Oh man, I love Lord of the Realm too. Ah, such a good game. I just wish the Lords of the Realm 3 was good. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't good. This has really convinced me I need to get around to Attila. I got Rome 1, Medieval 2, switched to Paradox, and returned to Total War with Warhammer. Attila is it's a gem. It really is. For a one-man project, Stardew is phenomenal. Stardew a one-man project? I didn't think it was. Attila is strictly late antiquity rather than early medieval. Yeah, it's that weird period which is never covered. Between the fall of Rome in 1066. It's the Dark Ages. It's like even pre-Norse. Well, it's like 400 AD, isn't it? Didn't even know they made a third Lord of the Realm. Pretend they didn't. Like, I'm not going to say it's as bad as, for example, the third Dawn of War, which definitely doesn't exist. Like, that thing... No, I deny any knowledge of that actually existing. But it was a lot more arcadey than Lord of the Realm 2. They tried to make everything real-time, which was a mistake. It's not Middle Ages. Criteria for the Middle Ages I was given in school was 4th century to 15th century. I would argue fairly strongly that the Middle Ages proper started in 1066. I mean, arguably 867 with the attack on Lindisfarne. Not 867, 780 something. Whenever Lindisfarne happened, Fury of the Norsemen could also be arguably the start of the Middle Ages. But I'd say that was more the end of the Dark Ages. 1066. Anyway, it is now gone 2:30. I did start this stream late, but I think that this is a fair point to end on. So, thank you everyone for watching. I don't know for sure if I'll continue as Flanders, because I feel like we have snowballed well and truly, and there's not really anything that feels like it can stop us. So what I might do the next time we're streaming this, which is tomorrow, 10 PM, I might do a game as the Almohads, or maybe one of the Spanish kingdoms. We shall see. I might do a poll there, decide exactly who to play as. Because, like I said, the whole of Spain, the whole of North Africa, those are feature complete. So I feel like we would get the whole experience there. And I also feel like there's going to be less banding together in North Africa and Spain. There's always going to be people to fight against. So I think that's going to be interesting. If you would like to see more of this type of thing, then be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when I'm live again in the future, which will be 5 PM tomorrow. We are doing Fields of Glory 2 Medieval, and then after that is going to be more Total War Medieval Kingdoms mod. And it would be lovely to see you again for that. Am I done with Mount & Blade 2? I am not done with Mount & Blade 2. I'm just waiting for more updates. So my problem with Mount & Blade is... And this isn't really a problem. This is in no way a criticism. This is just kind of my issue. Is I've played so much of the early game in Mount & Blade that it's getting a little dull. Because it's just fighting looters, fighting looters. Oh, we're about to become a lord. New update. Fighting looters, fighting looters, fighting looters. Oh, we're about to become a lord. New update. So I'm kind of letting a couple of updates happen before I really get into Bannerlord again. Like, what I really want is them to add some more minor factions. Did you show up just for the sign-off? You did, Prompt Commander, I'm afraid. But no, Mount & Blade 2 I would still consider best game of the year. I will 100% be doing it again. I freaking love Mount & Blade. It is my favourite series of all time. I'm just waiting for more of the updates to finish. Not because it's a bad game, just because I've seen so much of the early game, and I kind of want to get a bit further in next time. What else do I need to say? Subscriptions! If you would like to support the channel, you can do that by subscribing, or you can, of course, hit the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. I do have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking, and also a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. They're a cool bunch, and it's always a real pleasure to see some new faces there. Thank you, Rapid Boggling. I was about to do that. Let's go and see who else is streaming, and we shall throw them a raid. Is anyone by any chance doing Attila? I doubt it. But we can check. No. Okay, let's see who of my usual crew are streaming and see if any of them look interesting. Do.